What's up, y'all? Checking out this video by SirPugger. It's based out of a game called RuneScape. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Played a lot of RuneScape in my days. Currently, I have not played it in the last bit, but I still watch a decent amount of content, including like what's his name? Settled, Torvesta, SirPugger, occasionally a friend or Wild Mudkip. Decent amount of content creators that I'll check out once in a while. Even some of the newer guys. But this one was pretty interesting. And I've actually seen someone like him or posing like him before in the past doing this. So and I always wondered. So it's interesting to hear. I wonder if that's what everybody was doing, or if some of them were actually bots and it's just goofy, or if it was this guy this whole time. I don't know.
Welcome back to another underground RuneScape adventure video where I investigate suspicious activity on RuneScape. Today, I want to solve a mystery once and for all. Why has a player named Rickley been standing in the same place seemingly 24/7 for the past 360 plus days? Let me give you some context. In the Verdant Valley on Fossil Island, there is a player in World 330 named Rickley. 11 months ago on Reddit, someone posted, "Has anyone seen this guy on World 330 during bird runs?" And it's a skulled player in PKing gear. Under the Reddit post, there are a ton of theories. Someone says he might be kidnapped and only has access to RuneScape but no keyboard, and he's trying to communicate something with items he trades over to random players. Someone very cryptically said some stones are better left unturned. Someone said he'll trade you random collections of items like Marintil, Tar, and maybe even 100k cash. Most people say he refuses to speak to them. And on Reddit 3 months ago, someone posts about Rickley again, getting even more upvotes. Looking at my tip-off email, I have gotten 6 tip-offs about Rickley so far, dating back to June 16th of 2021. To be honest, I assumed the worst, that maybe he was in a luring clan and scouting players, or there was some sort of bug he's been abusing for a year straight. I just walked up to him and straight up asked, "Why are you standing here? I'm just curious." And he responds, "Holy shit, no way." And then the only thing he says is, "Can you PM me?" And we proceed to add each other on Discord. Did you guys catch that during our conversation? Right as I walked up, Rickley lost his skull, and a few seconds later, he equips the Amulet of Avarice to reskull and switches back to the Fury. Seems like bizarre behavior. So I messaged him on Discord and he agreed to talk to me. Rickley?
Rickley.
Hey, you're here!
Hello.
Okay, first of all, how long have you been standing on Fossil Island?
Okay, so I believe that I started standing there in June of 2021, so just shy of a year.
And on average...
I mean, that's commitment. Holy crap. I don't know if I could do that. What the hell, dude? You have a serious problem. Especially considering it's on RuneScape and you're only on one of the worlds. Like, what?
Average, how many hours a day have you been logged into the account Rickley on Fossil Island?
Well, since I spend like most of my free time near a computer, I can pretty much always be logged in, so I'd say probably like 8 hours a day.
We're gonna solve this mystery right after a word from the sponsor of today's video.
Oh no! It's weird how I'm just gonna... all of a sudden it's just gonna stop. What? Check it out. 20% off, whatever. Bespoke post. Boom.
20. Here's the big question. What are you doing there?
Back when I started, I was actually PKing on the account, and I needed to run my Iron Man a bond, and my Iron Man was at Ammonite Crabs, just past Verdant Valley. As I was running through there in that PvP gear, I just thought like, well, this would be such a cool place to have a fight or something like that. So I spent the rest of that night just pretending to be a PKer on World 330, and I noticed that a ton of people immediately started responding to it. Like, they were all asking me what I was doing. They were telling me they were reporting me, you know, assuming I was a lurer. And then I decided to just see how much attention I could get if I just stood there as much as possible. I wanted to make people think that I was doing something suspicious. So I wanted to make them think that I was like a bot or a lurer, or a lot of people thought that I was hunting sea engineer. I wanted to get, posted to Reddit, which happened really fast. And then I thought it would be a great goal to get into one of your videos without ever breaking one of the rules of the game.
Okay, and why were you skulled?
The skull was actually an idea that my friend had. I was pretty much asking him what...
Yeah, because, majority of the time you see somebody scold, like you're assuming they're doing something related to PvP activity or like Revenant Caves or something like that, Something in the wilderness. Because you don't really get a benefit from being scolded unless you're killing other players, or like Scold in Revenant Caves, because you have a higher chance of getting good loot. So it's like, you see a guy like that, you're like, what the hell? Like, what's he doing? What's the point of standing of all places here? Because this is not necessarily close to a PKing spot. Like, you would have to teleport out to get to somewhere where you could PK. So I think this is a pretty freaking dope troll. To find out that it literally is a troll and he's not even doing anything nefarious. He's just trying to troll people. And he actually got SirPugger to reach out to him and bug him because he got enough reports of people saying like, yo, something's up here, is awesome. What dedication to the task at hand.
What stuff do you think I could do to make myself more noticeable and even more suspicious? And he suggested getting an amulet of avarice. So the only point of the skull is that it makes me way more noticeable. It makes me look a lot more suspicious.
And please tell me you were doing other stuff while you sat here.
Oh, absolutely. So I was playing on my Iron Man, and then also I played a lot of other games. Like I played Rocket League and all that sort of stuff. It seemed like a worthwhile grind. Like I was looking at it as like a grind. Like people told me I was wasting time, and I was like, what do you mean wasting time? It's RuneScape.
Yeah, facts.
That's a great point. Yeah, I guess you play RuneScape how you want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, that's any game. Technically, most games are in a way a waste of time, but you do it for your enjoyment or because you're getting something out of it. Maybe it's the challenge of it, learning to be good at the game, right? RPGs in general are kind of just like you're trying to... I don't know why people are into them. I've been obsessed with them for a long time, but lately I just haven't found any good ones to play and gotten tired of the ones that I used to play all the time. So I'm just in this weird space where I don't even game right now because I have nothing that really like excites me and makes me want to wake up and be like, yeah, that's the game I want to play. So
it's
right.
A create your own adventure. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm glad to have busted this mystery.
Yeah, of course. I'm super happy. I can't believe that it actually happened.
I went back to check.
Congrats, man. And how dare SirPugger ruin it? Because now the troll's over. And I wonder if somebody's gonna, in memory of this, do something cool. Or maybe this will give other people ideas to see if they can, convince somebody to report them, etc., and get in a video. But I mean, that's a pretty tough commitment to do 360 days of remembering to keep an account logged in and not have it go AFK. So props to him.
Valley to make sure Rickley wasn't still there a few days later. And he wasn't, which actually made me kind of sad. Now let's talk about one of the crazier
he accomplished his goal. Why would he be there anymore?
Started with World 250, and this is actually a RuneScape 3 bot farm, but it's so interesting I wanted to cover it here. Somebody noticed that World 250 had over 200 players in it. If you didn't know, that's actually very bizarre. Usually there'd be like 40 players in it. Well, this specific player who sent me this tip-off actually investigated and found out where the bots are. He found hundreds of bots at Clan Wars running to the bank and back from the high-risk PvP portal. All of the bots running back and forth are level 3 and have basically no stats trained. Obviously, I hopped into the portal to spectate what was going on. What I saw was bizarre to say the least. There are a few level 72s with rune 2H swords like 5 break 1535, and they seem to be mass killing a stack of the bots coming into the portal. And when I say mass killing, I mean they've already gotten 52,000 kills. There's also a random level 3 with a bronze dagger kind of off to the side, which turns out is one of the hosts of the Clan Wars match. So I'm guessing they're off to the side just to make sure that someone's always in the clan war so it doesn't end when one side kills another.
Dude, the lengths people go to transfer money, scam money, you know, gold sell, it honestly blows my mind every time I see these things. It's just like, I mean, maybe they're just making that much money, but I feel like for all the effort you have to go through and the constant fight of like getting banned and having to make new accounts, it's like, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a worthwhile pursuit of your time when you could literally make a lot more money probably working a regular job. But, well, maybe not a regular job, but you could make good money, you know, once you get yourself far enough along in your career. Oh, I'm tired, dude. Today was a long day, so...
Level 73s are killing the low-level bots. The kill tracker is going up between 15 and 30 every 2 to 3 seconds.
But I do hate bots,
these bots are
so I always like it when they get them.
And that's
get them, dude. This is literally like my RuneScape, you know, cathartic like watch. I'll like just check it out to be like, hell yeah, they got some more of them. They got rid of these damn bots. They finally got them, dude. Screw the bots. I hate them. I'm so glad. You know, I think my biggest pet peeve of bots ever, well, there's a lot of them. There's so many of them. It's annoying. But I really hated it when I was trying to do Hunter and like you go and try and catch Chinchampas and just they'll hop into your world after you finally find a world with a spot available. And then just sit there because they're a bot. They don't know that they're crashing your spot. Get reported, get banned eventually, but ruin your day. It's so annoying.
No stats, there's no way of knowing what activity they were doing or if they're abusing some sort of bug. Except I was so curious I messaged the anti-cheating team at Jagex about it to figure out what was really going on. The anti-cheating team gave me a good lead. They said these bots were dying with beer in their inventory. If you go on the RS3 trade wiki, you'll see that if your account has never been a member, you can't trade more than 25k. But you can only trade 25k over once an hour. Now there is a whole section on how to get around that on the wiki. One of the alternatives is using the wilderness. When you kill someone in the wilderness who has this trade restriction, if they're risking at least 25k, they drop 25k cash. So how does beer play into it? Well, it is 1,607 GP in RS3 for a beer. And if you go to Port Sarim in free-to-play worlds, basically every free-to-play world has about 2 bots buying beers over and over again from the bar there. They buy the beer for only 2 GP each and it's worth 1,600 GP. It's a really good free-to-play moneymaker. What we're seeing happen in Clan Wars is that massive bot farm muling their beer, which turns into gold. Assuming they transferred 25k every time one of the bots dies, we can actually see exactly how much money they've muled off based on the kill count in the Clan Wars fight. These bots' 55,600 kills can be extrapolated to 1.4 billion GP muled. If you converted that to old school RuneScape GP, that's a little bit less than 200 mil, which is a lot of GP for a free-to-play bot farm. For a long time, I've been wondering how bots are created so quickly, especially bots with high requirements. For example, at Zulrah, Jagex bans.
I mean, they have systems that they create bots that bot and make the emails, and then they take the emails and they bot the accounts. It's not that hard. You know, it doesn't surprise me that they are able to do it. They've become very efficient, and they were allowed to go untouched for so long that now the problem is even way worse than it could have been if many of the multitudes of companies that allowed this to happen didn't let them, you know, continually just like improve their software and all that. Like, it's just kind of crazy. They're rampant in every RPG. It's not just RuneScape. At least RuneScape tries to an extent.
hundreds if not thousands of Zulrah bots every single day, and yet there are always more. So I looked into it. In fact, there are services discords that service large orders from botters. This specific discord
and the thing is too is it's like, dude, you know, if these companies invested any time into hiring more people like SirPugger, I don't think it would destroy their profits that much. And I do think that it's pretty easy to figure out what people are doing and how they're botting. Like, you just have to wander around the world. It's pretty easy to find them. And because they never go offline, it's also easy to find the bigger bot farms too, because the populations in those worlds will stay higher all the time. So there's actually less worlds than you think to check, unless it's a really small bot farm. But, you know, basically you can cover anything that makes good money or has items that are worth money, and you could just go watch them and you could probably find botters. You know, it's a shame that it's so easy.
joined had 70 active workers and 324 open tickets. It's a pretty big marketplace. Here's one of the main requests some of the workers were working on. Accounts with 45 defense, 75 range, 75 magic, 45 prayer, regicide and animal magnetism quests completed, a Major Arena 1 cape, aka it's an account made to bot Zulrah. Here's the important part. The customer is expecting to need between 100 and 500 accounts, and these workers are only making these accounts for $18 a piece. If the botter got his full 500 account order, he'd be spending almost 10 grand on ready-to-bot Zulrah accounts. I found another request with something very similar for Vorkath accounts, although you need to complete Dragon Slayer 2 and 200 quest points, so these were $80 each. One of the payment methods for these services was Bitcoin, which means I could easily track the inflow of money to the Bitcoin wallet. In the last 15 days, the wallet has received $5,400. There were 5 or 6 other payment options as well, but that does imply this services Discord is raking in tens of thousands of dollars a month. What's kind of confusing to me is where they're getting their workers. If you look up the popularity of searching RuneScape in Venezuela, it's been declining rapidly and is back to like 2008-2009 levels. Obviously, buying and selling services like this on RuneScape is against the game's rules and can get you banned. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe.
I mean, one theory I would say is that I would bet that a lot of people are starting to invest in VPNs. You know, even people in Venezuela, because if you can get on one of those, it's a lot harder to track your IP. It's harder to figure out where the accounts come from. You know, it's harder to track where the original IP address is, so they can't get IP address banned because they're using a VPN and it's hiding all that. Now, I don't know if they can ask for that information from the VPNs, and maybe they would give it to them. I don't know. But yeah, there's many reasons that they could be going down. People are getting smarter, the botters are getting smarter, and they'll continue to be a plague on these games. But at the end of the day, the reason they're a plague on these games is because there's a market for it, and people refuse to play the game the way it's meant to be played. They want to just buy everything. It's like, why even play an RPG if you're just gonna buy everything? It's kind of mind-boggling to me, but what do I know? That's one reason I think Iron Man became so popular and is still to this day, is because it's something that, you know, you can't be a botter and have a good Iron Man account. I mean, you could bot all your skills, but a lot of times it's a lot harder to bot for that long and not get caught. Eventually, you're going to get caught. So you're going to risk getting your entire account banned. So there's just a lot less, it's not as worth it, I think, to play Iron Man and bot. So, you know, that's a great thing. I wish more games would find a way to do stuff like that. And it would be awesome.
Okay.
And whoops, wrong video. All right, well, peace out.